Es tiempo para una edición de inglés. And this English creation will be Scrapperse. And Scrapperse is the ability to converse in a scrappy manner. Because sometimes you know how to speak a language or you know how to communicate in a certain way, but you are far from being an expert on it or being able to do it fluently. And whenever you try to conjure up that language capability, you usually struggle and have to try to learn the language again as you're speaking, and it is scrappy. And mostly, this comes from learning in school and then not pursuing all the way through to your fluent or applying it after you get out of school. So having the SC to start Scrapperse, also from school and scrappy, is great. I also like that the word ends with an erse sound because it's from converse, but also it's kind of like you have to rehearse to do it well. And it's not something that you can do smoothly without having done that. So now if someone asks how many languages you speak, or like if you can speak a certain language, you can just say, yeah, I scrapperse Spanish, but that's about it. Which is my case. Like, I took Spanish throughout school and then didn't speak it for like 7 years, so I cannot speak it well. I can still understand aspects of it, but if I'm face to face with a natural, fluent Spanish speaker, I'm gonna struggle. And it's kind of nice to have this distinction because if you have learned a language but can't say you're fluent in it, now you can still get some credit for that, because usually you don't want to oversell something and say that you actually do speak that language like well. But at the same time, you're not completely oblivious to how it works, and you're a little bit elevated from someone that knows nothing. So you get a little bit of extra credit when you know how to scrapperse a language, and it just eliminates those scenarios where you have to explain how good you are at speaking a language. You're like, oh yeah, I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, but it's been a while. And I was in Spain for a couple weeks and did alright, but then it was a couple years. Like, no one cares. No one wants to go through that entire thing over and over again. You can just say, yeah, I scrapperse that language. And people can know you can understand some stuff, but it's not going to be a viable method of communication. And I'm sure a lot of you are there right now with Wiplish, but I've got plenty of lessons to catch you up and make sure that you know what you're talking about when you try to converse in Wiplish. And let's do our best to not be scrappersing over here with this stuff, because Wiplish is the language of the future. Maybe. I hope. That would be nice. Alright, let's hit our comment of the day. Comment of the day comes from Gavin again. Gavin says, in all caps, Wippy the stoner god, all hail the Mary Janes, marijuanas, pots, cannabises, weeds, 420 blaze, cushes, grasses, and asses. Amen, Gavin. For some reason, cushes kind of passed my mind when I was making that video. I thought about the Mary Janes, but I did not choose to add that one in the actual video. But yeah, like this comment. All caps isn't something that I always like, but I was kind of digging it in this comment. And overall, I think this is one of your better comments for sure. We're going to hit it with a 94 out of 107. Now, since I scrapperse Spanish, I kind of wanted to do somewhat of a Spanish-themed song and video of the day. And so we went with a Latina icon in Shakira with Hips Don't Lie. This is like a top guilty pleasure song for me. This thing is unbelievably good, and I can absolutely get down to Hips Don't Lie any day of the week. Then video of the day is the Shakira and J-Lo full halftime show. The two women just absolutely killed it. Great performance, unbelievably sexy, especially at their age. Great watch. I don't care if I could only scrapperse with either of these women for the rest of my life. I would be with them at all times. Doesn't matter. We can communicate through other means. Alright, on that note, I'm going to stop being a simpy creep. Peace out!